Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Paige. Welcome, and today I thought I'd film something a little bit more fun. I'm going to be reacting to TikToks about chronic illness, and this video was inspired by Izzy Cornblau's channel, so shout out to you, Izzy. And yeah, let's get started. We are screen recording on the iPad.
If you've ever wondered what having a chronic illness is like, it's like this. Okay, you're leaving early today, right, for a doctor's appointment? God, you're sick, like, all the time. I mean, like, seriously, it's always something. Wow, that must be really annoying for you.
I'm gonna pause it for a second because I see how long this one is. But this is so relatable already. Just people not understanding the difference between being sick and being chronically ill, which means you're always sick. It's always something.
You ever wondered, like, no offense, have you ever wondered if it's, like, all in your head? Well, it's a disease that sets up shop in my brain, so... No, you know what I mean. Like, do you ever feel like maybe you're just, like, doing it for the attention? Yes, this right here is the exact kind of attention I crave. You got me. You know what I do to stay healthy? I know you're gonna tell me. It's really simple. Basically, every time I feel like I'm getting sick, I drink an emergency, and then I don't get sick. Oh my God, does the AMA Foundation know about you? You absolute icon of health. You medicine woman. How can I ever thank you? Oh, no worries. Just try to help. If you've ever wondered what...
That's hilarious. It's so funny to me. Everyone always has an opinion, something to say about your chronic illness, whether, have you ever wondered if it's all in your head, or have you tried drinking emergency? Like, that's a joke.
Chronically ill people downplay their illnesses so much. Like, they'll be like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm just vibing. Like, girl, no, you're not vibing. You're vibrating with uncontrollable tremors.
This one was in Izzy's video as well, but I had to put it in here because it makes me laugh. It's so true. It's hard not to downplay your symptoms because you don't want people to, like, feel sorry for you sometimes. I don't know. And it's hard to complain all the time. So sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing great. I'm just living it up here, living my best life. Even though I have issues, like she said. I'm gonna have to mute the video, or I'm gonna have to mute the sound on this one. It's just a song in the background, but this is funny too. Yeah, it's a real turn on when guys acknowledge your chronic illness. It's a real turn on when anyone asks me any kind of question about my chronic illness and wants to learn about it, or like comes up to me and is like, I looked up your, oh my God, that's my love language. Come up to me and say, I looked up your diagnosis and like learned about it so that I could better understand you. Oh, those are words I love to hear.
I'm so sick of...
So this one has a song in the background as well, but it has the lyrics on the video. I relate to this too. Chronic illness really steals your childhood away. And yeah, that's it. It's sad. That's a more serious one, but
you know you've reached a low point in your chronic illness when you start procrastinating your showers because they exhaust you.
yes. Oh my God. I hate taking showers just because of my POTS. It makes me feel like I'm gonna faint most of the time. So I do procrastinate them all day. It's the last thing I do right before bed. And I still procrastinate it. It takes all of the energy that I have to shower, so it's not fun.
So if you're friends with somebody who's chronically ill, you might notice that their weight fluctuates a lot. I just wanted to make a helpful little video about how to talk to your friend about their weight fluctuations if they're chronically ill. Step 1, don't.
I love this one, and I relate to it a lot. My weight has fluctuated in both directions extremely, so I know what it's like to receive these kind of comments and not know how to respond. Especially, it was new for me losing all the weight and not being able to be excited about it when people be like, you look great. Yeah, but I'm also losing weight because I'm sick, so yeah, don't talk to anyone about their weight, just let them be. Okay, this one goes kind of fast, so I'm gonna watch it again and like pause it with each like new phrase. And I'm gonna have to mute this one as well. It has a Kesha song in the background. So it says, what folks with chronic illnesses wish others knew. Symptoms can vary from day to day. Fatigue is not the same as tired. True. We aren't flaky, our health is simply unreliable. True. Even if we don't go often, we still like to be invited. We aren't lazy, we just need more rest for our bodies to function. I like that one. I related to every single one. I was like, yep, true, yep.
Okay, I've got water, phone, wallet, keys. I think I'm good to go. Okay, I think I've got everything. I've got my phone, wallet, keys, water, electrolyte water, more in case I finish that. We've got the icy hot, I've got all my meds, I've got my mints for nausea, we've got the hand lotion for the dry skin, we have more medications that needs to go in there. We have my cooling tablet if my blood pressure drops and I get hot flashes. I have my oyster crackers if my blood pressure continues to drop. I've got my blood pressure monitor, I've got my pulse ox, I've got my ice information. I think I'm forgetting something. Okay.
That's super true. In one of my videos in the past, I think it was me talking about how I manage my chronic illness, I mentioned that you need to be able to bring everything with you and not to feel bad about having a bigger bag or taking extra things. Like, it's okay if you need it. And this is just me every day. I'm like, okay, getting all of my medications and like medical gear and everything and putting it in my bag and still forgetting like I'm forgetting something. I can relate.
You ever seen a ghost? I was over on the bench. I was over on the bench. I was over on the bench. I was sitting over on the bench. I was over on the bench. I made a salad with craisins. You ever seen?
This one too. You have all these issues that are like debilitating you and the doctor's like, well, your labs are normal, so you're fine. Go home, you're healthy. With no further testing or information or help. You're fine. Go home.
Feels like I'm going insane, yeah. It's a thief in the night to come and grab you. It can creep up inside you and consume you. A disease of the mind, it can control you. It's too close for comfort.
It's true. Chronic illness steals a lot of things away from you. Living with a chronic illness, it's hard to keep friends. It's hard to not go insane when doctors tell you it's in your head. And yeah, but it is also true that you become very strong and you learn how to stand on your own two feet and advocate for yourself and voice what you need from people in your life. And I think that that is a great gift that chronic illness has kind of brought me. I don't know if it's chronic illness that brought me that though. I think it was therapy, so.
I'm taking a nap!
You want to take a nap?
I'm taking a nap here.
Okay, take a nap right there then.
Good night.
I love this one because it has the vine of the little girl on the beach in the background. I was such a Vine girl. But, totally relatable. That's me all the time. I do one task and I'm like, oh, I need to take a nap right here. The sass. I love the sass she gives right here. Yeah, I love it too. It's true. People don't realize what invisible illnesses even are. I didn't before I was diagnosed with one. So invisible illnesses exist, and you can't tell that I'm sick. I look fine right now. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to spend all day in bed, because I am.
I brought you frankincense. Thank you. And I brought you myrrh. Thank you. Murder. Judas. No.
Ooh, another Vine background. I love that. That's pretty funny. Is that what it's saying? Like, your genes brought you pretty eyes?
Thank you. And I brought you myrrh.
And arthritis?
Thank you. Murder. Judas. No.
Anyways, I think that's funny.
How far would you drive for the girl of your dreams?
I would drive anywhere.
What about to Nebraska?
Oh,
We'd go to Nebraska.
No.
It says, what are you willing to do to get rid of your pain? And he's like, I'll do anything. They say physical therapy exercises, and you're like, nope, I'm out of here. That is not the answer. I can relate to that. There was a time in my life when I thought physical therapy was such a joke. Seriously, like, I'd get injured and they'd want me to do physical therapy, and I'm like, seriously, you want me to move my ankle in a circle for a minute? I can do that. Like, I don't need to do that every day for you. I was so stubborn in high school, though, when I got injured all the time. Now I have this great physical therapist who explains to me why each exercise is important and what it's going to do for me, and it gives me that motivation to actually do it at home. So if you are not enjoying physical therapy, find yourself a new physical therapist. Just saying.
Pro tip for the chronically ill. These are called timer caps. As soon as you close the lid, it starts timing automatically. It will always tell you when the last time you took your medication was. As soon as you close it, it starts timing on its own. I just keep mine on my desk, and it will always tell me when the last time I took my medication is. Don't have to worry anymore about whether I've already taken it, or if I'm late, or if I'm early. It just tells me right away, down to the second, when the last time I took my...
That is so freaking cool. And it says that this isn't an ad. She just wanted to share. That is so cool. I totally do that. I forget if I take a medication. So having a cap that would time out when the last time you opened it is, that's so smart. I'm gonna have to do some shopping after this.
There are 3 things you can do if you are just diagnosed with a chronic illness. Establish a self-care and a self-love routine. Self-care is so important, especially when you are just diagnosed with a chronic illness. It's super important to show your mind and your body that you love it. Find a community, either here on TikTok, on Instagram, or on the internet, or even in your state or city. Finding people that know what it's like to have a chronic illness and know exactly what it is that you're going through is so, so helpful. Be okay with asking for help. You can't do everything alone, especially when you're just diagnosed with a chronic illness. Ask your friends and family for what you need. Bonus tip, don't be ashamed or embarrassed. Having a chronic illness is not your fault. It's not something that you asked for, and it's not something that you have control over, and I promise you're not alone. Like and follow for more.
That was a good one. That was a good TikTok. Those are all great tips to share with anyone who is newly diagnosed with a chronic illness.
It's a full-time job, and it's extremely time-consuming, and it's not as easy as it may appear to some people.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. I love that it's Kim's voice in the background, but it's true. It is such a full-time job to deal with your chronic illness. I feel like it is. I feel like it's a full-time job because you got to make sure you do your exercises, your self-care routine. You got to make sure you're getting nutrition. It's a lot, and it doesn't sound like a lot to healthy people, but that's because they don't understand.
Ignore the state of me. I'm in a flare-up. Now, I don't think this person meant to be uneducated and ignorant. I think they was genuinely just asking a question. So I'm going to answer it in the best way I can, because this is something that we get told a lot, and everyone with chronic illness, this triggers them massively, and rightly so. The meaning of chronic illness means I will never get better. Some days are better than others, but what you don't know is 5 minutes before that video, I was throwing up. All the way after that video, I was throwing up. I was in agony. But when I really want to do something, like be a social media influencer, I will paint a happy face on for 5 minutes, because my chronic illness isn't going to stop me from doing what I want to do. Chronic illness queens and kings, get the comments down below and explain from your point.
I love her response to this, and it's something that I've said a million times. I can paint on a happy face and look healthy for you, and then go throw up all day, lay in bed all day. It's, if you have an invisible illness, then that doesn't mean you're not sick. And we can push through a lot to get things done if we really want to. So
what cleaning looks like when you have chronic illnesses. Having to rest after each thing. Feeling dizzy due to POTS. Pain gets bad, out of breath, and heart racing. Joints dislocating. Simple tasks are not easy for us. What cleaning looks like.
that is exactly what I look like when I clean. I do a task, I lay down. I do a task, I lay down. I do a task, I lay down. Because my heart rate gets pumping and I start to hyperventilate. I just have to lay flat for a minute, and it sucks. We have to take breaks between each little thing that we do. I'm gonna have to mute the sound on this one too, but it's true. We're not faking being sick or faking being healthy.
I am not chronically ill because I need to pray more. No. I am chronically ill because God knew very early on that he needed to nuke my ass because I was too powerful. He had to make it fair. I am not.
That's so funny. I love that. She's like, he had to give me some kind of like downfall because he made me way too powerful. That's funny. I like that one.
Just say when. Just say, seriously? Are you serious? Okay, you know, this is impossible. I'm starting over. Just say when.
That's hilarious too. I've had doctors be like impressed with my mobility, like, why can you bend that way? Or I've actually had doctors ask me to show them a bendy trick, but I'm not supposed to do that.
Well, it finally happened. I got put on an illness fakers forum. For people who are
Okay, before I even start this video, I just made a whole video about the Illness Fakers Reddit forum that she's talking about, and I'll link that video above, and the BBC documentary that they did on it. Whew.
Where there are like entire forums and subreddits dedicated to accusing chronically ill and disabled people of either faking their disability or being overdramatic about it for attention. It seems to be an inevitability that if you talk about having a chronic illness on the internet, you're going to end up on one of these at some point. What landed me there was the videos I made about my nightmare ER experience. And these forums are like, oh, that couldn't have really happened. They wouldn't have done any of that without any reason. She's lying. All I can say is I wish that didn't actually happen. I would also love to know the reason they did the things that they did, since my primary care doctor didn't see an explanation.
I guess we'll never know.
But seriously, the problem with these forums is that they do all of this under the guise of helping disabled people, because they're like calling out fakers. But really all they end up doing is reproducing systems of ableism by gatekeeping the community and attacking chronically ill and disabled people, even going as far as to dox them. If you actually want to help chronically ill and disabled people, go to an ADAPT meeting, advocate for universal health care. There are so many ways you can help people, but this isn't one of them. Well,
Truth. Truth. Being on an illness fakers forum and calling out people that you think aren't sick does not help a single person. A single person. Does not help me, does not help my chronically ill friends, does not help the community. So butt out. Find a better way to help.
I'm not grouchy because I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. I'm grouchy because I woke up in the same flesh prison that I always do and not in the body of a frog enjoying a rain shower, so.
Yeah, it's like it's not my mood that's the issue. It's the body that I woke up in. It's a prison.
What's weird is that you don't understand. The pain and laughing can go hand in hand. When you're so used to pain that you only know that game, you can smile and still be at a 10.
So true. I hate it when nurses or doctors are super rude because you're not acting like you're feeling a lot of pain, but you're saying that you are. I don't have to act like I'm in pain to be in pain. I'm in pain every day. As she said, that's the only game I know is the pain game. So I can play it. I don't have to act all sad about it and cry for you to make you believe me, which is usually what ends up happening. I have to cry for anyone to listen to me, and especially in the ER. And this mindset is just not helpful, especially from someone who obviously works in the healthcare field. This is exactly how I felt before I got my diagnosis after I took Cipro. I felt just like crazy and sleepless about finding an answer for what was happening with me because I was so sick. And finding one brought a lot of peace and kind of put all of these feelings to rest. So I think I'm gonna do one more. In the background, she's saying, "Baby, I'm a gangster too," whatever. But when they think they can hurt you, but you never go below a 3 on the pain scale. This is hilarious. I have doctors that are like so cautious with me because they're afraid, like when they stick me with the needle, I'm really gonna feel it because I'm in so much pain all the time. But no, it's because I'm in so much pain all the time, you can't really do that much damage to me unless you're resetting a bone. That hurts. Unless you're resetting a bone, that hurts, and I will cry. I'm gonna stop there. I want to say thank you to Izzy one more time for inspiring yet another one of my videos. And I'd like to say thank you to all the TikTokers out there who are representing the chronically ill community. I'm going to link all of their TikToks down below so you can check them out as well. If you liked this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up down below and hit the subscribe button and little bell so you get a notification every time I post on Fridays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye, guys.